Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the average difference oscillator. But before we do, if you have not watched our first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. At the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below. You can also find a link to sign up for TradingView down below. If you use the link below, you will save a little bit of money. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform. On our Discord server, we are having great conversations about all things regarding trading. One of the biggest struggles on this channel is people who use other platforms like MT4 being able to follow along. Sometimes it can be hard to find the indicators we are using on other platforms. And so on our Discord server, I have created a channel for indicator creation. And on that channel, I pinned links to freelancers who can code indicators for MT or for TradingView. So if you don't want to create a TradingView account, you can hire a freelancer for a really small fee and have them code an indicator for the MT platform. Or if you are on TradingView and need an indicator created, something unique or an indicator for a system you have developed, you can also have them code PineScript. So use the link for either MT4 coding or use the link for PineScript. Lastly, I get a lot of people that are asking me for the entire list of all the winning indicators that we have tested to date. And whereas I am not a big proponent of gatekeeping information, I've put a lot of time and effort into creating the content on my YouTube channel. And so I don't think it is too much to ask for the viewers to go through and view the content that I've spent a lot of time creating. Now, if you are not interested in supporting our channel by going back and watching the content that I have created, then I have developed a solution for you. I've created a Patreon account. I will put a link to it down below in the description. If you sign up for Patreon and you sign up for the $9 a month account, I will send you the full list of tested and winning indicators to date. I will also send you an updated list of the indicators that we are testing at the end of each week. Now, of course, you have to stay subscribed to the $9 subscription, monthly subscription, to continue to receive the updated list of indicators. But that way it will provide me with the support that I need to continue to provide the free content that I am putting out for everybody to view. Now, if you just love the channel in general and want to support us, then there is also a lower, I think $3 Patreon subscription that you can sign up for that will also help support the channel and keep things going so that way I can continue to produce the content and the open information that we are creating here in this channel and in our Discord server. Again, if you have not signed up for our Discord, then you need to do that as well. It is a absolutely free platform where we have real-time ability to chat and have conversations about trading. And again, if you want to support the channel with Patreon, then you can find the link down below in the description. All right, as I said, today we will be testing the average difference oscillator. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 153 indicators. And out of those 153 indicators, 63 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 63 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Alright, as I said, today's indicator is the average difference oscillator indicator. There's not a whole lot to it. It is a TradingView member created indicator, and so of course you can find a link to it down below in the description. You can see it here on the bottom of the screen. Like I said, pretty simple. It's a zero line oscillator, and so when it crosses up above the zero, it goes green. When it crosses down below the zero, it goes red. Let me see if I can't bump up the, let's see here. Make it a little bit more visible here. And there we go. There we go. Nice and bright for everyone to see. And so, yes, like I said, when it crosses up above the zero, it is a green signal to buy. When it crosses down below the zero, that is a red signal to sell. And that's how we will be testing it today. Let's go ahead and mark off support and resistance areas. And so this is just always good practice to have. And so if you're not used to doing this, I would recommend that you do so anytime you start your chart analysis for the day or whatever time it is that you plan on trading. And so I always start at the two farthest points. I try not to go back too far, but it could start to get kind of invalid far enough back. And what I do is I mark out the highest points and the lowest points. If it has multiple points of contact, that is definitely a plus. But when you're marking out the highest and the lowest points, it's not necessary to have multiple points of contact. And so if we were to scoot this chart over just a little bit, you would see that this top touch here, this high point, does not necessarily have another point of contact here on the chart. But if we scroll back far enough, we could then see that it does have a few points of contact. And then after we have the highest and the lowest points, we can then start working our way down. So the next highest and the next lowest. And then we go to down one more step, the next highest, and then one more step, the next lowest. And then there you go, you end up with kind of a grid like so. That gives you an idea of potential support and resistance areas. Now, of course, these are not perfect lines in the sand. They are more kind of zones than anything. And so you're looking for a reaction from price action, and then you would look at where it is in relation to one of the support and resistance lines or support and resistance zones, and then you can kind of get an idea from there what price action may or may not be doing. Now, as I've said many times before, Price action is not something that you want to trade solely by itself. It's something that you want to trade with other things, other systems, other indicators that all give you kind of an edge on the market. And so we obviously are concentrated mainly on indicators and finding the best indicators here. But that's not to say that we can't use price action or have price action be just another layer of confirmation on top of our indicators or indicator. And so in this particular case, we're using this indicator here. And ideally what you would like to see is the indicator give a signal and price action set up in a particular way that is also giving you the same signal. Now, of course, we don't know how good this indicator is because we haven't tested it yet. We don't know if it can meet the 60%. We don't know if it's super slow. We don't know if it's super fast. We don't know if it's a junk indicator all around. I'm not saying it is. I'm also not saying it's not. And so it does get a little challenging when I'm doing the videos and doing price action. And obviously an indicator that we haven't tested, we don't know if it's going to throw a signal at the appropriate time, as price action is giving us a signal. And so that is part of what we're kind of hunting for is, does the indicator, line up with how price action works? That is kind of the foundation of whether or not an indicator is a good indicator or a bad indicator. If it's giving signals too late, then it's getting us in at the worst possible times and possibly right as price action is starting to reverse. If it's getting us in too early, then it may be getting us in, 3 or 4 or 5 candles before price action does what we want it to and, pushes the wrong way and stops us out. And so what we want is something that ideally works right with price action as it is starting to weaken and make moves in the opposite direction. Our indicator can line up with that and give us good signals as well. And so again, when we're testing them, we don't know if it's going to work or not, but that is something that we should keep an eye out for. So let's get on with the testing here and see what we can get out of this indicator. So first signal right here. It's actually not quite into the year yet, so I'm going to go ahead and play this forward. Ignore that one. We will start with this one right here. Play it forward, see what we can get out of it. Unfortunately, looks like it may have, yep, it did stop us out right there. And came back for a short on this side, which may have also stopped us out here. Let's measure it out and see. 105. Nope, it did not. And so we're still in good shape there. Let's go ahead and play it out a little bit. Price action at this point really is kind of uncertain. Had this push down here. Looks like it has been trading kind of sideways for quite some time. I mean, you're having these moves here. They're not really significant. And there's definitely money to be made here, but the problem is when you're reading price action, you want a real long, clean move, and you want to be looking for the exhaustion of that move. When price action is moving in these small little bursts, it's hard to identify when it could be slowing down and reversing to the opposite direction. So let's go ahead and play it out here and see what happens. And looks like we lose on the short as well because it then flips to the upside, and now it looks like the upside signal is taking a nosedive. You can already tell that this indicator does not like choppiness. So we missed that. We missed that one. It throws a short signal for 1 bar. Then finally, let's go to the upside, giving us a clean trade. All right, let's just keep an eye on price action, see what it does here as it runs up and through these areas of support and resistance. Again, nothing really certain, nothing that really stands out. I mean, it trades sideways for a good period of time, spikes up for just a second, almost immediately drops right back out. Let's go ahead and play it forward. Looks like we got another good signal off the indicator there. Just keep on trucking along. We'll keep an eye on price action as it's going. Let's see, we get a signal there. Let's double check that we didn't get stopped out. And unfortunately, we did. So this is similar to what I was saying a moment ago, that it is just slightly delayed and getting us in some points where it's right as price action is starting to take a sharp correction and stops us out before continuing in the direction we want it to go in. Now it's interesting because it looks like price action has formed this new level of resistance, overhead resistance. It has popped up and hit it once, come down, popped up, hit it again, rejecting it one more time here. It's again kind of uncertain where price action will go. We do kind of have an M forming right here, or a double top. It could also be, defined as, but this is kind of a classic trading pattern. It's really big and long, and so in that instance, it's almost an invalid pattern. It's not something I would definitely take. I wouldn't take a trade off of this at the moment, but this is a sign that we may have a push back down in price action. We got leg 1, then it comes down, and then it starts leg 2, and theoretically it should come down kind of to this area. Again, that's not a trade I would take. Just don't like the setup of the market right there as it's taking place. And that is a good reason why right there that I would not have been happy taking that, because it did turn around and punch right out. And so now it's come up and it's consolidated right here in this area. Looks like it's just kind of chopping along. It does appear as though now it might start to push to the downside some. There's no real certainty in that. We are starting to get some divergence, I do notice, out of this indicator right here that's taking place. And so you can see that as we are making higher highs, the indicator down here is actually making lower lows. And so that might be an interesting feature to keep an eye on. Couple that with the fact that it has pushed up pretty decent, and it does appear as though it is rolling over at an overhead support area. I would say that it's pretty safe to try a short right here. Our indicator hasn't given us a short signal yet, but I would say there's a decent chance that we could get at least a first take profit out of a short right now off of the way it looks. Let's play it out and see what happens. See if we can maybe get a short out of this. Nope, it did not work out for us. Almost immediately started retracing back up. bouncing around here and not really following through on us. Let's see, we picked up another signal right here. That one unfortunately did not work, and so let's go ahead and let's see, we get a long here. There we go. That one worked out for us. And now it's starting to creep its way down. This is what we wanted a moment ago, but it was just a little too soon. And so we're dealing with an indicator that may not be the best at giving us signals, which leaves us to just kind of read price action almost by itself. And this price action definitely is not it's not setting up in ways that I feel extremely confident in saying one direction or the other. That's about the most confident that I had been, and that definitely didn't work out. Actually, back here is what it was. Back here on this divergence, that was about the most confidence that I had at this point. And you see that did not work. Nobody has a crystal ball. It definitely is not as easy as just going, oh well, it pushed up, it's rolling over, and now it's going to go down, and you know, it just doesn't work that way. Let's see. 70 pips. Yep. Let's measure this one out again. There and there. Yep. Barely made it. That one worked out pretty well as well. Let's keep playing it forward here. Price action just really is not doing anything great. It's just kind of waffling around all over the place. See, picked up a signal here. That was a long, and almost immediately it dropped out on us. Short there, same thing. Long there. That one might have gotten us there. Nope, just barely missed it. Then it called a short right there. And then a long. Then a short. And a long. Then back to a short. Man, this thing's just getting pinballed. In and out and in and out and in and out. There we go. We finally got some movement out of it. Got out of that choppy, disastrous mode there. Let's see, picked up a long signal right here, right before it reversed, dropped out on us. Right there. All right, playing it forward here. Again, finally getting some movement out of price action here. Interesting note, it did push down pretty hard here. Came down, touched this bottom line right here, the lowest point that it had been for quite some time, and it bounced right off of it. So see, we got that short. Let's watch this long. Unfortunately, we would have lost it on that one. And this one as well. It broke down below that that lowest point right there. There we go. That one got us to take profit. And let's see what it does. Let's see if it spikes back up. Yep. Sometimes when it pushes down into an area that it hasn't been, like maybe it's never been that low, or maybe it hasn't been that low in a really long time, tend to push down, and once it gets slightly down into that area, it tends to want to retrace. And so I think that's just the fear of uncertainty. And we are actually into the year there. Alrighty, so that's what we got out of it. Definitely an overtrader. We can tell that already. Let's go ahead and X out those support and resistance lines there. And let's get a count on these things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. And out of those 39, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so that definitely is not going to get us to the 60% criteria. So this one is going to go on the no list. The biggest problem this one had is the same problem that most zero line oscillators have, and that is that they just cannot handle choppy markets. Soon as the market starts getting in a real tight range, it just gets pinballed in and out and in and out and in and out, taking loss after loss after loss. Yes, they may have been small losses, but they are still losses nonetheless, and that will eat into your account very quickly, especially when you have a ratio of 10 wins to 40 trades. And so you're taking 30 losing trades basically for 10 winning trades. And at no point were those winning trades massive winners because the market just was not moving that much. And so that type of ratio is just not gonna work. And so yeah, this one's gonna go on the no list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you on the next video.